All right, so example number 3, and I don't know if this will always be true, but for the year 2018 with Mrs. Free's class, I got permission from the long-term sub that for these explanations, if you just want to show the steps, she said she'd be fine with that for now. So in future years, that may not always be the case. She may want detailed explanation. But to graph this line, we want to put it in slope-intercept form. Okay, so I'm not for sure exactly what she was expecting, but for this year, just put it in slope-intercept form. We're just going to show those steps. So 5x minus 4y equals 4. So in order to work this problem out, and I'm going to write it over here, 5x minus 4y equals 4. Now to work this out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by trying to get this y all by itself, because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The y is by itself, no number in front of it. Everything else is on the right-hand side. That's not the case yet. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this 5x. This whole term over here, I can subtract 5x from both sides. And when I do that, what I'm going to end up with here, notice if I subtract 5x, here's my equal sign. On the left side, all I'm left with is negative 4y. On the right side, now I'm going to put the negative 5x in the front so it matches my slope-intercept form a little bit better. And here we have this 4 is a positive 4, so plus 4. Okay, so we basically just move this 5x to the right side by subtracting it. Now we need to get rid of this negative 4 that's in front, because notice slope-intercept form does not have a number there. So to get rid of the negative 4, what I need to do is now a lot of people want to go, oh, plus 4, but that is not correct. Notice when it's right next to it, it means it's times this y. So to get rid of it, I need to divide by negative 4. And depending on your teacher, some teachers write the whole thing over negative 4 like this. Some teachers, instead of doing that, let me undo here. Instead of doing that, they just go, okay, well, I'm dividing everything by negative 4, so they write it this way. And it really doesn't matter which way you want to write it. The key is that everything is divided by negative 4. After I write this, negative 4, now I can divide. So notice my negative 4 over negative 4, that's just 1. So I have 1y. Now the negatives cancel. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. I'm going to write it this way, 5/4. So I'm not actually going to divide it out on my calculator. I'm just going to leave it like this, 5/4, and I'll put the x beside it. And then a positive 4 divided by a negative 4 is going to be a negative 1. So we're going to put minus 1. So if it's okay with your teacher, I think that this is what she's allowing you to do for this year. Let's just work out these steps, and you can show this for your steps. So we subtracted 5x, we divided by negative 4, and we ended up with slope-intercept form. And then you would graph it after that. I'm going to go ahead and work out this next problem here. Let's switch to blue. 3x minus 4y equals negative 8. Now, I would encourage you to pause the video for a moment and on your own, try to work this out before I do. Okay? Did you pause it? You should have. Do it now. No. Okay, go ahead. Okay, well, hopefully you paused it and you're back now. So let's go ahead and work this out. So you should have hopefully subtracted 3x from both sides. Notice the similarities between this one and the previous problem. Notice how similar it looks. Okay, we're doing very, 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 very similar things. Okay, so we got negative 4y equals, once again, I'm going to put this negative 3x first. And I'll put the negative 8 second. And it just so happens that we're going to divide by the same thing, this negative 4, because we want to get rid of this negative 4. Okay, so if I divide everything by negative 4, this first part becomes y. Negative 3 divided by negative 4 is going to be positive, and we're just going to leave it like this, 3 divided by 4, 3/4. And negative 8 divided by a negative 4 is going to be a positive 2. And so there you have example 3 worked out. If you have any other questions, let me know. And like I said, this is for 2018 fall for Mrs. Free's class. In the future, she may want you to be more detailed with the steps.